Hi, I'm Father Tim, and I'm not a doctor, but I do have really bad handwriting. So I wanted to talk to you about some of the possible side effects that your children may be experiencing after attending Totus Tuus. These side effects may include, but aren't limited to, an unnatural fear of spoons, new knowledge of the mysteries of the Rosary, and saying strange Greek words like kerygma. Now, if you don't like those symptoms, they're going to be really easy to take care of. You just get them distracted with something like Pokemon or T-ball or something like that, and exclusively focus on that, and never mention Jesus or Mary or Totus Tuus again. The symptoms will go away in about 2 to 3 weeks, depending on the temperament of the child. Now, if you do like these symptoms, and there are possible reasons why you might, if you do like these symptoms, then there are things you can do to encourage them. And of course, these symptoms can be used for good. So for example, when you speak about the mystery of the Rosary, where Jesus turned water into wine at the wedding feast of Cana, you can remind your children that just as Jesus was obedient to his mom, now your children need to be obedient to their parents when you ask them to clean their room. The other thing that you can do if you want to accomplish that a little bit faster is just simply hold up a spoon. You don't have to do anything with it. Just hold up a spoon and they'll run out of the room and do whatever you want. Now, if you do want to encourage these symptoms, there are a few things that you can do. One is you can pray a rosary. Now, a rosary takes about 20 minutes, which I think is about the same length of an episode of Friends on Netflix. And I've never endured one of those episodes, so I can't imagine how that might seem like a scary thought. So if you want to break the rosary down a little bit, if kids are a little bit wiggly and it's difficult to get people to sit down, then you can pray one decade at a time. Your children just learned the luminous mysteries, and of course there are 4 sets of mysteries which are easily Googleable. The other thing that you can do is to sit down once a week, read the gospel passage for the upcoming Sunday, and simply ask everybody in the family, what struck you? What stuck out to you? What words or phrases or images struck you? How did it make you feel? What did it make you think? What do you think God's trying to say to you? What questions do you have? Just to talk a little bit about it, perhaps over dinner or a meal. Now, the final thing that you can do, and I'll put a link in the description below, is there is a track on a program that I have discovered that can help families continue to grow in discipleship. Now, there's a few steps to this and it's a little bit involved, but I promise it's not too complicated and I promise that anybody can do it. So if that's a challenge that you're up for, then perhaps maybe you get a hold of another family and you say, hey, we're doing this. We want to check in on each other. We want to keep each other accountable. If you do that, I guarantee what your children received at Totus Tuus will grow into something greater. It will grow into something wonderful. Our missionaries have gone. They're back at their homes doing whatever they do. But now we're here. The Blessed Virgin Mary is still here interceding for us. Jesus is still pouring out his life into our families. And the one desire that God has for your family is that you experience the love and the peace and the grace that Jesus came to bring. In this weekend's gospel, we hear that those first 72, they went to houses and they said, peace be upon this house. Peace is what God desires to give us. Peace is the grace that God gave us through the gift of our Totus Tuus missionaries and through this incredible week that we just had. And so if we want to keep that peace, if we want to maintain it, then we orient ourselves towards the Lord. And so those are just a couple ideas of things that you can do. I'm sure you have a lot more. And the final thing I want to say is just, I am so incredibly grateful to all of you for sending your children to Totus Tuus, for saying yes to the Lord in the midst of possibly a busy summer, and for continuing to raise your children as young Catholics and to help them continue to grow into the saints that they're called to be. Thanks. God bless.